Welcome to TFL Cars Jeep Week, and if you love Jeeps, you have come to the right place because we've got Jeeps on the racetrack, we've got Jeeps off-road, we've got diesel Jeeps, and today, check it out, we've got the most iconic Jeep of all, the Wrangler, and this one, the Sahara model, unlimited, 4-door, that's the one you want because, well, I think it's the most useful, and we're going to do a review of it coming up next on the Fast Lane Car. Now, if you're expecting to go off-road, this is not the review for you. The fact is that the Wrangler has become, well, a 4-door station wagon, and today we're going to focus on the way that most people use these cars, which is on the road. So see this lever right here? The 4-wheel drive lever? We're not going to even touch it during this review. We're just going to take it on road, but we are going to do a review of it in the snow. You'll have to come back a little later this week for that. If you count, there are 7 slots in here and 2 round headlights. That is the iconic look of the Wrangler. And yeah, for a while there were square headlights that lost their way, but not any longer. The other interesting thing about Wranglers is now that we have a 4-door version, this model actually is more popular and outsells a 2-door version. Yes, you can still take the top off, the doors come off, but I bet most people don't use this vehicle that way. Most people use this as a family truckster. 2 years ago, Jeep upgraded the interior, and my favorite upgrade of all is this new steering wheel. The old one felt like it was out of an old Chrysler, and that's probably because it was out of an old Chrysler. The new interior is more modern, more refined, softer touch materials, but there are a lot of plastics like this door handle, and of course, even the 4-wheel drive lever. Sorry, I did touch it again. Overall, they did a great job with the interior, but they'll tell you that people want to kind of hose the inside of this thing off, so they keep it very basic. You know what? When you spend $37,000 for a Jeep, I doubt you're going to be taking a hose to it. I really do. All right, here's one of my favorite things about the Wrangler. Not the fact that you can actually lean the hood up on the windshield, but the fact that a year ago they upgraded the engine to a 3.6 liter Pentastar, which puts out 285 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. The great news is that it gets very good gas mileage. I'm getting 18.5 miles to the gallon as tested. The bad news is that when you pair it with the automatic, you still get the 5-speed automatic transmission, 6-speed manual. I'm willing to bet that within the next couple of years, and I'll put money on this, they'll add the 8-speed automatic transmission to this engine because, well, fuel economy will demand it. All right, I have to admit, I like the key. I've been driving nothing but push-button cars, and it's refreshing just to be able to put a key in the keyhole, turn it, and start the car up. You know, for decades that's worked, and I can see why. So, 0 to 60 at a mile above sea level in the Wrangler will go under 10 seconds. Remember, less air up here, so cars, especially without turbochargers, are slower. Solo DL is set up. There is no sport mode. Just put it in D. I'm going to load up just a little bit on the torque and let it go. There it goes. I've got it floored. There's the power band. Revs to 6,500 RPM, and here comes 60 right now. 10.33 seconds to 60, which, you know, for a car that can tackle anything you're going to throw at it is not bad. Obviously, this is not a Sportster. It's not meant to be fast. It's just meant to be able to keep up with traffic, and here in Colorado, that is more than enough power to keep up with traffic. kind of like driving a big Tonka truck. It kind of bounds down the road, absorbing bumps in kind of a bouncy fashion. If you're looking for a car to carve canyons, this is not it. But if you're looking for a car that has relatively good road feel, a beefy steering wheel, and a very honest disposition, in other words, you know you can't take that corner that's coming up very fast because it's going to lean a lot, and the Wrangler does a really good job in letting you know it's going to lean a lot. It says to you, hey, there's a corner coming up. You don't want to take it too fast. The great part about the Wrangler is with this new Pentastar engine, when you floor it, there is surprising amount of get up and go. The other nice part about this Wrangler is that it is surprisingly quiet. You would think that the wind buffeting, that the interior noise would just drive you absolutely crazy, but it doesn't. It's quiet, it's refined, and you could use this thing to drive across country. That's not bad for a Jeep that can tackle the Rubicon. Here's the ironic part about a Wrangler. Jeep can't build enough of these. They sell every single one they can make. And in fact, they're selling a lot more in Europe. But check this out. It retails for $31,000. But because the demand is so high, they've kind of taken the Porsche approach by adding so many crazy options that the final cost out the door is $37,600, which means you're paying, well, for stuff like the body colored top, $1,795 option. If you want automatic 5-speed transmission, not 6, not 7, not 8, 5-speed, that's $1,125. And of course, if you want Uconnect, $500 for that. That's how you get what used to be a $20,000 vehicle easily retailing for as much as $40,000. However, there aren't a lot of competitors. This directly competes with cars like the FJ Cruiser and perhaps the Nissan Xterra. But literally, it also competes with that whole brand of brand new SUVs and crossovers, because really those are the people who are cross-shopping this vehicle today. All right, just a quick word about fuel economy. I'm getting 18.5 miles to the gallon, which is respectable for a big and heavy old school Jeep. But there's a thing that you have to keep in mind. At $3 a gallon, 18.5 is respectable. At $4 a gallon, it becomes problematic. And at $5 a gallon, it becomes abysmal. That's why they're gonna have to put an 8-speed transmission into this. So on the TFL scale of buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it, I'm gonna give it a huge buy it. And I'll tell you why. Simply put, it puts a giant smile on my face every time I drive it. But perhaps more importantly, unlike a lot of modern crossovers and SUV, this thing is honest. It is the only car that, well, looks like what it does. I mean, you could drive it to work every day, and then on the weekend you can take the tops off, you can go into the mountains, and you can bash the hell out of it and not be afraid of getting stuck or breaking anything serious. All the new crossovers and SUVs that have this sort of look are okay. I mean, they'll be fine in the snow, they'll get you to the ski area, but they will not, in any shape, way, or form, be able to go where this car can go. And if you're really about going off-road, there are very few cars, if any, that can match the traditional Wrangler. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Car. Remember, come back, well, in just a few hours, where we're going to post another Jeep vehicle. And this one is special because we're going to be on a Formula One racetrack in a Jeep. See you next time.